guys, it's Rel Klein. You're watching another making up movie idea on the spot. If this is your first time here, I pick randomly a genre, a place, and 3 other items, and I have to come up with the idea on the spot, and I try to get in as detailed as I can, and we'll see how it goes. Let's pick a genre. So far, out of the 6 times, I've had drama 3 times. Oh, that's 2. Mystery. Mystery's hard, guys, because you have to come up with a mystery on the spot. Might be a struggle. Okay, a place. Okay. Location unknown. So when I was making this one, I kind of had it where it was like the location's like not important to the story, but maybe because it's a mystery, maybe like you don't know where it is, kind of in Clue. Clue is literally one of my favorite movies. It might be my favorite movie, Clue. Is Clue a mystery? Yeah, it is, right? It's a mystery because it's like murder mystery dinner, right? Feast. So maybe I'll go in the Clue direction with this. We'll have to see what my 3 other items are. Here are the 3 other items. So far, I've only gotten 1 item twice since I've been doing this. But I have like hundreds of items in here. Okay. The first thing is Jewish. So I'm Jewish and I'm really big about having Jewish representation in my ideas I have usually. So far when I've been making up these ideas on the spot, I haven't really specified ethnicity or race when I've been making the characters, but maybe this is a murder mystery. Well, it doesn't have to be a murder, it could be a mystery, but I feel like a lot of mysteries are about murder. That has to do with maybe a Jewish holiday, or it's just Jews. But I love Jews because I'm Jewish. We have a king. Okay. Maybe it doesn't necessarily have to be a king, maybe a royalty. And we have cooking. We have cooking. So that can go in the murder mystery direction. I'm just thinking cooking and Jewish. Passover is my favorite holiday, and I love my cousins cook for Passover. So maybe it could be Passover. Some mystery at Passover. Or it could be Yom Kippur, like they're breaking fast. After Yom Kippur, if you don't know what Yom Kippur is, it's the holiday where we fast for the whole day to repent our sins. And then there's a huge break fast at the end. Maybe I could have the mystery be like, where's the Hafikomen? If you don't know what the Hafikomen is, and I might pronounce it wrong throughout this video, we will see. I'm like a little, I sometimes, so many Hebrew words. Hafikomen. I don't know why it was started, but basically it's the part of Passover where the adults hide matzah and the kids go and find them, and then if they find them, they get $1. And some people, they have it where there's only like 1 piece of matzah that's hidden, and then the kids all have to fight over finding it. A lot of times when I was a kid, we did it. We had 1 hiding for each kid, so that each kid could get $1. Okay, so that's the direction I'm thinking about this. Thinking about it. But I don't know how I'm gonna bring the king into this. So that might be a challenge. So we're gonna start off, locations unknown, but it's this house, big house, and this huge family is having Passover Seder. and there's people cooking in the kitchen. Maybe we could start with a really cool, I love one-shot scenes that are so long. So perhaps because it's a big house and this is where the entire movie takes place, I'm getting into a lot of details about the cinematography, if you could tell, but sometimes that happens. So perhaps it's one take into like every room in the house. So it's one take into, you know, the big dining. Well, a lot of times, since there's so many people, we have to have it in the living room because they have so many tables. But this is a big house. The dining room is big. So it's a big take into the dining room where a lot of people are sitting down and they're saying a prayer, Dai Dai Neinu, or Barakatana Nail Heinu, whatever. There's so many prayers. And then it goes one take into the kitchen. People are cooking the meals, and then perhaps and you can hear someone crying in the bathroom, like it goes past the bathroom and people are crying in the bathroom. And then it can go, maybe there's some little kids playing in the room, but it goes all around. So perhaps this could have a young boy Jewish lead, and he's going to turn 13 soon. So, I mean, when you turn 13, you don't have to stop looking for the Hafikomen, but perhaps for the sake of the movie, once you turn 13, you don't really look for the Hafikomen anymore. But it's his last chance to. And maybe there's a bet at Passover dinner, and perhaps this is where the king is involved. Two brothers who are fathers, so some of these kids are their kids. They fight out over who is the better brother, perhaps, who's like the king of the family, who's going to take over, because maybe next year Passover is going to be at someone else's house because, you know, this is the last, maybe the grandma's old and this is the last time that Passover can be at her house. And so it's about, so they're fighting over who's going to have Passover at their house. So maybe they bet whoever's kid can find the Hafikomen first. And perhaps this young lead, you know, he's 12, turning 13 soon. Perhaps he has a cousin who's a girl. Ooh, what if I make twins? So perhaps he has two cousins who are twins who just turned 12, so they're close in age. And they're gonna fight over who looks for Hafikomen, and he himself have two younger siblings, perhaps maybe like 9 and 7 or something cute like that. And then there's also kids around, other kids too, because it's a big family. But perhaps these two brothers are like, we're gonna see whoever can get the Hafikomen first, whoever can find it first. Whoever that then next year Passover can be in that person's house, and then that will show who's the king of the family, perhaps. I don't know. Making this up on the spot. And the kids at first are like, we don't care about this, like we only get like $1, and so then they bet like, oh, each kid, you know, the kid who finds it will also get like $100, which $100 is a lot for like a 12-year-old, so big stakes. It's big stakes. So they have someone hide it, and I think perhaps they could have the grandma hide it, cause she's old. I don't want to make fun of grandmas being old. That's not my intention at all. But perhaps they have her hide it because it's all up to her. So she hides it. And now the kids have till, I want to say midnight, but midnight's perhaps a little bit too late for kids. So perhaps the end of the Seder. And if you didn't know, Passover Seders are really long. They're like 4 hours long. And that's when we have it Reform style, because my mom comes from Reform Judaism, my dad comes from Conservative Judaism, so I've always been to like different ones. Perhaps this is more conservative Judaism, which is different than conservative people, just letting you know. So perhaps this is even longer. It's like a 6-hour Seder. I don't know. Now they have perhaps 6 hours, and now there's this huge mystery and adventure as, you know, the male lead, and and against these twins trying to find the Happy Coleman in this huge house. And you know, perhaps his younger siblings want to help him. He's like, no, I don't want your help. But of course he it's really hard. It's this huge house, and of course he lets them help him find it. But it's this huge house, and I feel like I don't need to go into that many specifics of the finding part of it. But yeah, I don't need to go into too many specifics. But because I think a screenwriter, if they ever use this idea, whatever, anyway, you can go find it out more, whatever. But they're at the end, they're not able to find it, and it seems like both the brothers and of course the father are like, son, you must find this, I need to be king. Or what, but you know what I mean. They don't have to say the word king, but the idea of king is what I'm taking from this. And there's still cooking going on, and I feel like there's so much matzah too, you could just pretend it's matzah. So I feel like before they had the grandma hide it, they had to mark the matzah somehow. And so maybe at the end everyone's defeated and the parents are mad at the kid, so they made him clean up in the kitchen. Perhaps the grandma has it right there with like the food that she's cooking with or something, and he finds it at the last moment before someone's about to eat it, and he wins in the end. But yeah, that's it, and it takes place in this huge house. I mean, when I came with this idea, I guess on the spot, I came more the backstory of it and what's happening at the beginning. I did leave this big window about the mystery part of it, but I feel like if a screenwriter can have fun with that, and I don't need to go into specific scenes with that part because I feel like I left a lot of there with, you know, the pressure this kid has and him knowing it's his last and that his dad really wants him to do this, and him competitive not just with the twins but all the other cousins as well, and him not wanting to use his siblings' help but then at the end using his siblings' help, and all this, and it could be big mystery like where is it at the end, it's with the food. I'm glad I came up with this idea because there needs to be more movies about that have not just Jewish representation but shows Jewish culture and Jewish holidays, and because people don't know about this stuff. People don't know really what Passover is. People think Hanukkah is like the only Jewish holiday or something, and yeah, there needs to be more Hanukkah movies. But I love coming up with this Passover idea movie because Passover is my favorite holiday. I do have this really, I don't want to go into details, but I have this really good idea for a movie on Yom Kippur, but I want to go into details. And I also, the other day, came up with this really great movie, about something about Jewish culture and religion that people don't know about, and it's actually really good. So I love coming up with this Jewish idea. There needs to be more movies about Jewish culture and Jewish holidays, and I feel like this, in a way, can also educate people about Passover, because I personally myself telling my friends about Passover, and I was like going into all the details about Passover and teaching them about Passover, even though like it's been years since I've been to Hebrew school, and I'm also Reformed, so it's not even that like so into it, you know, strict, I'm gonna say, like so deep, whatever. Anyway, but I feel like in this way this can educate people on the basics, and I really do like this idea. I love when I come with ideas, and I like the idea. So the world works in crazy ways that it gave me those 3 things, because without the Jewish part was really my force with it, and I guess without the king part I wouldn't have kind of had that part with like the competitive side to it, so that really helped. And I mean, the cooking, that's what made me think of Passover, and that's what made me think maybe at the end the matzah, the happy gomen, is just with other food. So I hope you guys like this idea. I think this might be one of my favorite ideas that I've come up with using this way, this technique. This is my 7th video. There's a few other ideas I really like, but I really like this one because I love Jewish representation. And of course, if this ever gets made or whatever, must be actual Jewish actors. I hate in movies, I'm gonna make this straight, in movies when there is a Jewish character and is not played by a Jewish actor. And that's okay if these actors are only half Jewish, maybe even a quarter Jewish, I'd be fine with. But they have to have Jewish ethnicity in them, or someone who practiced Judaism. I'm gonna be strict about that. Like, I love Adam Driver, but he always plays Jewish characters, but he's not Jewish. Okay, anyway. Did not mean to hate on Adam Driver, just stating facts right there. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys like this idea. Comment below if you like this idea. Get Adam Sandler in the movie, or Andy Samberg on the phone. Get him, get him. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Love you guys, and bye.